All right, here we are at 5507 Greenshank. There is a beautiful house here. Everything's kind of the same color. The garage door is the same color as the house, which is kind of neat. That's different. It has the white trim, beautiful landscaping. We're in the middle of the day here, so we're going to have some harsh shadows as we take a look around. But I'll try and give you the best idea I can. We have some raised beds here. You can see the exterior siding looks like it's in pretty good shape. That's a good looking window right there. No melting or anything like we saw yesterday. Downspouts. So this is kind of a collector here. I'm not sure where this drains to. This is something the inspector will talk to you about. Back patio here. Beautiful screened in porch, maybe a full sunroom. I'm not sure. We'll take a look. There's this little rock path and someone's having some landscaping work done, so you'll hear that in the background. But a bit of a hill here in the yard goes up. So not a lot of grass to play on in this back part. It's mostly rocked. But here's this little deck area off the sunroom here. And then there's some grass over here on the side yard. So this is nice. And then, you could access right here from the room there. And we'll take a look at that, of course, once we go inside. Here's the back of the home. Lovely. Looks pretty good. This is a beautiful neighborhood too. All the homes are well kept. Don't see anything untoward here. That looks like a radon mitigation system already installed, so that's nice. Here is the air condenser. Hard to tell the age on that one. Not super old, not super new would be my unprofessional opinion. Those look good and well maintained. Here we can see, the downspouts drain away from the foundation. Always a good sign. So here we've kind of come back around to the front where you can see here, and we'll head inside. Okay, so we have walked in. You have this beautiful front door with the kind of frosted glass in there that lets in some light. And when you first walk in, we have the staircase, and then we have kind of the living rooms. This has a traditional colonial layout. So we'll go this way this time, and we will see this big space in here off the kitchen. And then you can see the deck goes out, or the slider goes out to that beautiful sunroom. These windows bring in a fair amount of light. And you can see a lot of these outlets have been updated, which is nice. This looks like a wood burning fireplace. Let's see, what else? Some sort of fan? I'm not really sure what that is. We can take a look at that maybe. But here, so this kind of big space here, and then we'll take a look at the kitchen. Beautiful kitchen. These are kind of a classic brown cabinet. They're not reddish brown. They are a pretty brown. So very classic. If you wanted to update the kitchen, you could add a lighter countertop. Maybe it would open it up a little bit. But the cabinets are beautiful and definitely a timeless shade of brown. So let's take a peek at some of these cabinets in here. All right, so let's see if they have any of the nice features. Oh, they do have the soft close drawer hinges or drawer slides. I didn't really feel it on the cabinet here, but the drawers definitely had the soft close, so that's nice. And there you got two blind corners in here. So this one has a Lazy Susan, and then this one over here is a little bit smaller. I'm not sure how they use this one. Oh, it's like a teeny tiny door. So the cabinet itself is big. It's just that the access door is really small. So that would limit you a little bit, but it's great to have that kind of storage. And then you can tell here, this has the kind of tiered. So this, you could put some stools right here. This is not a full 12-inch overhang. And you'd have to be careful with the stools because that's the main access outside, of course. But you could definitely put some kind of lower profile stools back here and tuck them in. So good for eating, quick meals and stuff. This is an electric cooktop with a downdraft. So, if you've never seen one of those, it's just the exhaust vents through the inside here. Really tough on a gas range, but great on an electric cooktop. So, and that's a Genair. That's a very expensive stove and a high quality product. So, we have one, and it's lovely. So over here, you have the fridge. This is a slightly smaller fridge. It's not a mega sized fridge, but the smaller fridge allows for a little bit more pantry space right here, which is nice. So you have pull out shelves in here. This is probably an 18-inch cabinet. if that helps with give you an idea for the measurement here. And then you have this little spot here. Very lovely kitchen. It is a smaller sink, but it overlooks the backyard, which is beautiful, as we saw. So let's see, this is probably downstairs. So we will check that out shortly. It looks like it's mostly unfinished, but we will check that out. So we'll go from the kitchen into the dining area now, which is a nice big space. These are hardwood floors, and they are in pretty good shape. So they are a little bit redder than some of the other ones we've looked at. Not obnoxiously red, but they do have a little bit more red in the color. The walls are painted, I would say, kind of a medium beige. It's a little bit cooler than, it's not a warm beige, it's kind of a cool beige, if that makes any sense. You do get these 3 beautiful windows in here. So, okay, so here's the front door again, right? So we saw that living room, the dining room, the kitchen. Let's check this out. Here's our coat closet. So you got an extra shelf up there for some things. So there's our coat closet. You know what we didn't see? Okay, so we'll start with that, and then we'll head to the basement in a little bit. Off the kitchen this way is where we will find the powder room here, which is nice, right off that kind of sunroom area. So that's nice if you're entertaining. The bathroom isn't far away. Very interesting sink combination here with like a glass. That's cool. You have a little shelf up there. Cute. Basic little powder room. Super nice. Great location. Because it's not like in the kitchen, you know. Ooh, laundry room. Ooh, this is a beautiful laundry room. So you got that window right there. You have all this built-in storage here for your laundry things, any additional pantry items you might need to store. And then you have this over here too. So, and then you even have this extra space over here where you could build in more shelving if you had more things that you wanted to store. This is a quartz countertop. Yeah, this is nice. It's well lit, beautiful washer and dryer. Lovely space. This is kind of an older tiled floor. It's like a brown red, so it actually flows really well here between these two spaces. They did a good job matching the tones of the flooring. So in here, let's see if we can, oh, an automatic light. How nice. All right, so there's a fridge here. And then, that's the fireplace. But this, nice big 2-car garage, charging. So you have some kind of shelving there. That is a small hole, so I'm not sure if there's any storage potential up above the attic, or excuse me, above the garage here. Sometimes there is, depends on the roof. But all in all, very nice, clean, well-maintained 2-car garage. So let's head up and check out the bedrooms. Actually, let's not. Let's check out the sunroom. So I'm pretty excited about the sunroom. It is beautiful. There's a nice big Pella door on here. All right, so these have kind of carpet squares. Whew, it is hot out here. It's very hot today. So you can tell, this was an addition because the house is sided for the exterior. You got some little storage cabinets here. They must have had a lot of stuff. There's a lot of additional storage in the house. So it flows really well in here. This is a great space where you have a little bit of the, sun and screen kind of coming in through there. And then these are all doors, so you could open them to your comfort level. You could even add, like a kind of window conditioner, air conditioner, or something like that. So lovely space. It definitely feels more like an outdoor space than an indoor space. So I would just keep that in mind, for your mental planning, that it's not temperature controlled the way that some sunrooms are. But you could add that later if you really wanted to. It is a very lovely space. And the fact that there's a deck kind of outside of it is nice too. So, okay, now let's head up to the upstairs. So we're going to walk through this family room here. There's the front door, and we're going to head up the stairs. These are carpeted. This is a newer carpet. It's in very good condition. It is kind of the regular like apartment beige color, but it's very soft. It's very plush. It's in beautiful shape. So right here is what is likely the primary. Nice fan, 2 big windows. This is a good sized room. You could easily fit a king bed and, bedroom furniture in this room. It's not overly large, but it is large enough for a king bed and the dresser and the nightstands and things like that. So here we have a toilet with this really nice window here, and then brown tile in the shower. Cool shower head. So let's take a look. So the grout looks pretty good. They use kind of a light gray grout. You can tell this was tiled quite a while ago. There's, some areas where you might want to touch up the grout or have it looked at just to be sure that no water is getting behind there. You can tell this was done a while ago. And so these kind of things, they do need maintenance, but it looks pretty good. You have a niche towel hangers in the shower. And then let's see, we'll head out here. And you have 2 huge closets in here. So this one kind of, it's one closet. It's a corner closet. It's a 90-degree closet. So that's cool. So, once you fill it with clothes, of course, you couldn't walk in it, but I'll show you now. Very nice. And it has, the mirror doors are nice so that you can use those to get ready. This is a cool feature you don't see very often. Big, tall cabinet here to just maximize storage here. And then you have a kind of a surface area. And then double vanity, very nice. Fixtures. This is the granite countertop. Nice wood vanity here. Even has the soft close drawer slides. So yeah, great. It's great space in here. There's a lot of natural light. All right, so from here, we'll head this way to see the guest bedrooms. Here we have linen closet. This is a gorgeous linen closet. It's been freshly painted. Also, it's very large, so you could use that for more than just linens, likely. Here's our hallway bathroom. Oh, it has a nice green tile, this beautiful gray countertop. This feels like a solid surface countertop. It doesn't feel like a stone. It might be. We have, I'm not sure if this is medicine cabinet. Oh, it is. Oh, nice. Oh, and it's recessed into the wall. So this is cool. You have some extra storage in these kind of wings here on the side that are recessed into the wall. Toilet, shower with a bathtub. Very nice. Looks pretty clean. These, they don't look brand new after they've been used for a little while, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape. You don't see any signs of like really hard water or anything. The grout in here, grout is tricky. So it looks pretty good. There's a lot of uneven coloring in the grout, so that could, it could be getting time for a little touch up there. But none of the tiles are concave or anything that would suggest there's any water damage. It looks pretty good, in good shape. This is a beautiful medium wood vanity here. So, and I love all these rooms have such great light from the windows. Oh, here we go. Here's this corner bedroom here. You have a cool ceiling fan with the remote right here. 2 nice windows bring in lots of light. This one has a little bit more of a modest closet here. It's good for a kid's bedroom. You got the mirror here. So this is the end bedroom. So there's the primary. Okay, here's the hallway bathroom. And then we'll go here. There's 2 more bedrooms. So this is the front corner bedroom, I would say. And you walk in. This one is a little bit smaller. So this one would fit probably a full-size bed and a dresser and a desk. Not much larger. It's great for a kid. You'd have a lot of room in here if your kid had a twin bed. Normal closet. Nothing remarkable about the closet, but it's a standard closet. So this room has been recently painted. You can tell it's that same kind of beige color that it needs a little bit of touching up over here maybe, but it's in pretty good condition. So, and the doors look pretty good. The hardware is the original hardware probably, and stuff that you could update over time if you wanted to, but it looks fine. It works well. So this room has, so both of these rooms have darker blinds. This is the second front bedroom. So interesting kind of layout on this one. It's broken up a little bit. That makes it a little bit harder to use, but you could put the bed back here or over here. You'd have some options here. And this, let's check out the closet. Okay, so this one has the closet above the stairs. So you lose a little bit of that ground space, but there's plenty of hanging space in there. All right, so we've seen the 3 kind of kid/guest bedrooms up here. Nice hallway bathroom. So, the primary is over here, this kind of wing of the house, and then you have the linen closet, and then this would be like the kids' wing. So that's neat how they have them separated. All right, so let's go check out the basement. We will come down here. And then you can see the living room, coat closet. We'll head in through the kitchen. All right, so you can see the kitchen here, and then off this family room, and then let's down here. So it looks mostly unfinished. Let's see. Okay, yes, it is totally unfinished. Let's see how big it is. Oh, okay, that's a three-way switch. So I'm not sure about the lighting down here. You kind of, oh, you turn them on as you go. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so it's not a huge basement. It's probably like half, half the house. So you can see it all from here. And I'm really not good at guessing feet, so I'm not going to take a guess. You can see there's the radon mitigation. This is all pegboard, which is kind of cool. And then, you have all the floor joists, the exposed ceiling here. So over here, we have kind of some other area. There's more lights, big shelving that will probably stay with the house would be my guess, and some extra tools and stuff. So, you could finish this if you wanted to, but you wouldn't have to. It's fine. The house upstairs is plenty big. So here, so this is the basement. Let me turn this light off. We'll head back upstairs and out the door. All right. So again, this right here, you got, water heater, water filter, fire extinguisher. Should probably be in the kitchen, but it's pretty close. And then in here. All right. And back out the front door.